one of the most talked about topics in Australia and the world right now, keeping kids safe online. But with governments dragging their feet on reforms and social media giants seemingly refusing to take any responsibility, parents right now growing more frustrated by the day.
But this morning, a world-first app is putting the power back in the hands of families to help them take immediate action. Melbourne parents and creators Steph and Peter join us now with more. Thanks for your time, guys. I guess let's just go back to the beginning. You and Peter experienced the effects, Steph, of screen addiction firsthand with your 14-year-old. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So when our eldest started high school, they experienced some bullying and had some mental health troubles. And they basically used video games as a coping mechanism to the extent that when they were 14, they were pretty much on a screen playing video games 10 hours a day. And it was a really, really difficult time for our family, for them. And it was just really hard when they just basically couldn't function without just completely being lost in their screens.
I'm so sorry to hear that, Steph. How emotionally taxing was that for you?
It was so difficult. Like, I have a master's in psychology and I just felt at a loss to be able to help them with what they were doing. And it was just, I thought, if I can't help my own child with this, like, what do other parents, like, what hope do other parents have? It was a really, really difficult time.
Pete, this is a challenge that families are facing right across Australia today. What kinds of tools and strategies did you use to help? Was there much available at the time?
There were a number of tools, and there still are other tools now. And we purchased all the leading solutions on the market, paid and also free ones, and they all had a number of technical limitations. We even tried a good old-fashioned sticker chart, and that worked quite well, but it's too hard to do. You can't sit there with a stopwatch every time they're on a device and calculate. You know, for us, we wanted to get the kids to earn their screen time, so we tried to sort of say, do this and do that and earn your screen time. So it was just too hard, and I thought, with myself with a computer science degree and 30 years in tech, if I can't solve the problem, then what chance does the average mum and dad at home have?
So that's where ScreenCoach comes in. This new app sounds really, really helpful. Tell us about it, Steph.
So basically, it's up to the parents to manage their child's screen time. So it's very customisable. So the parents can set how much time the child is allowed to have in any given day. And once their time is up, all their apps are blocked, and then they have to go and do things to earn more time. So they might need to do their chores, they might need to do their homework, playing outside. And you also can have time slots so that it can block the time. You know, we just heard the expert about sleep. You know, it can block all their apps, you know, at 8 o'clock at night so that they have that wind down time before they go to bed and they're not staring at a screen, you know, and tempted to keep scrolling and to keep playing late into the evening.
And Peter, you can control multiple devices, can't you, with this app? It really sounds revolutionary.
That's right, and that was part of the inspiration for creating ScreenCoach. Aside from the multiple limitations that we found in other solutions that I wanted to add into our own, I wanted to cover, you know, the iPhone, Android, Mac and Windows, so that if they spend time on one device and then go to the other, then that previous time that was used accumulates across. So yes, it works across them all.
Steph, how much of a problem is this right now? I've got a colleague who was telling me about his children sneaking out in the middle of the night, 2, 3 a.m, just to use a tablet, just to use an iPad.
It's, you know, the big tech pay psychologists and other, you know, neuroscientists a lot of money to make the screens as addictive as possible. And we get these continuous dopamine hits and we keep going back, and it's the same addiction cycle as for cocaine, as for alcohol. Like, it's a really, really serious issue. And unless we can get our kids into good habits when they're young, when we first put a device in their hands, then, you know, the problem is just going to grow, and it can grow really quickly. And we hear about children as young as, you know, 3 and 4 who are completely addicted to their device, and to the point where they just cannot function without it. And not to mention all the health issues. Teachers are telling us kids can't focus at school. Optometrists are telling us there's a massive increase in short-sightedness. There's the obesity epidemic. Kids aren't exercising. They're not sleeping enough. And it's causing mental health issues. Like, it's huge, and it's not really being talked about enough.
You've had multiple families try your app. How much has it reduced screen time?
So we've had such a good response from around the world, and definitely can reduce screen time. But what parents are telling us that they love about it is that it stops the parent themselves from being the bad cop. So ScreenCoach is the one that's actually managed the screen time, and it stops all that continuous conflict between the parents and the child that's so difficult. And we've got a vision to take ScreenCoach around the world, which is why at the moment we're offering Australians the opportunity to own shares in ScreenCoach and to help us on this journey to have this vision of going global and helping families everywhere.
Well, it certainly sounds revolutionary, as I said before, and I have no doubt you guys are going to change lives. Well done. Thanks for chatting.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank you.